Hi everybody, welcome to my Facebook Live. Are you tired of turning to food for comfort or to numb out your feelings? Are you shocked at how often you are completely unaware of how much food you just ate or how it even tasted? Are you ready to get rid of binge eating on junk food, demolishing an entire bag or a whole carton, and then afterwards feeling guilty and ashamed for all the food you've consumed? We all have problems with food. We turn to food for comfort. We eat when we are stressed. We eat to reward ourselves. We have issues with overeating or not stopping when we feel full. We eat when we're bored. We eat when we're not hungry. I know for myself, the issue that I had is I always would continue to eat, even when I felt full. We would be at an Indian restaurant, and I would say, one more bite, one more bite, one more bite. And then later, I would be so uncomfortable, and I would be like, why did you do that? Next time, you're not going to keep eating when you feel full. But yet, the next time we would go out to the Indian restaurant, the same pattern would happen. And I was never able to get rid of that habit until I used the emotion code on myself. So often, these unhealthy eating habits are a result of negative trapped emotions that are stored in your body from emotional baggage or old memories from the past. These negative emotions are triggering your cravings for a certain food or the undesirable eating habits. So hi everybody, I'm Juanita Ecker, certified emotion code and body code practitioner. Today's topic is, can the emotion code help you delete emotional eating behaviors? And when I say delete, it's like hitting delete on your computer. Delete, delete. Once we delete it, it's gone forever. It's not a temporary thing. So have you heard the expression, you are eating your feelings? See if you can relate to any of these things. These negative feelings come up, and all of a sudden you polish off a pint of ice cream. You have a fight with your spouse or your significant other, and the first thing you do is you head to the refrigerator. You have a disagreement with a coworker, and you're feeling stressed, so you head to the vending machine, hoping to quell the tension that you're feeling. You are procrastinating, doing something that you know needs to be done. Instead, you find yourself snacking, grazing, or nibbling. You stop at McDonald's for a supersized meal after a tough day at work. And you justify this behavior by telling yourself you deserve to reward yourself with food. What triggers your emotional eating? So let me ask you, what would it feel like to eliminate an undesirable eating habit or to delete your emotional eating behaviors? Today I'm going to show you how to delete those annoying eating behaviors within minutes. If this sounds crazy, stick around. It's going to get crazier, so stick around and see the results. I'm going to use the technique called the emotion code, and I use this simple refrigerator magnet to release the emotion. I have all of these emotions from the emotion code book, and once I identify the emotion, I'm able to run the magnet over the governing meridian, and that neutralizes the emotion and deletes it. So if you've been following me for the last couple weeks, I've been working on food issues. For Cheryl, she always craved chocolate ice cream, and she wanted to delete the chocolate ice cream. We deleted the chocolate ice cream for her, and right after the emotion code clearing, she went and bought a chocolate ice cream cone, and it did not taste good at all. She couldn't even finish it. And she was concerned that it would be just temporary. So then a week later, she went and bought another chocolate ice cream cone, and she had no desire to eat it. I worked with Catherine who wanted to get rid of solid milk chocolate. She couldn't keep it in the house. If it was in the house, it would call her name. She'd have to eat it. We worked on her. She bought a piece of chocolate. She wasn't even tempted to go open it or smell it or taste it. She said, I have no desire to eat it. So it's really fun to work on food cravings for people and to completely eliminate something that they know is bad for them and they just don't want to eat anymore. So what I'm doing today is called the Emotion Code. And this, I did not invent this. Dr. Bradley Nelson invented this. And he wrote the book, The Emotion Code. And as you can see, it says, how to release your trapped emotions for abundant health, love, and happiness. And Dr. Bradley was a chiropractor, and every week he would see people with the same issue, and he began to wonder if maybe there was emotional baggage from the past that was sort of keeping those emotions stuck in the body. And sure enough, there was. And so he developed this whole program called the Emotion Code and the Body Code. And Dr. Bradley is helping thousands of people all over the world with this technique. Tony Robbins wrote the foreword on this book, so that's pretty amazing. And the cool thing is, I was certified by Dr. Brad. So the book is only about 3 years old, but this technique is about 20 years old. So for my Facebook viewers, I have a free gift. I am premiering my ultimate emotional eating checklist today. And if you think you might be an emotional eater, I have a free gift where you can take this assessment and see if anything resonates with you. So to get the free gift, go to theshiftingsand.com/free gift. That's theshiftingsand.com/free gift. And you put in your email and then you'll get access to the free assessment. I think you'll really like it. I'm excited about it. Okay, so let's see who's here today. I see Katie is watching. Hi, Katie. My friend Micah is here. Hi, Micah. My friend Pat is here. Great to see everybody. Glad you could join us. Good. So let me share a few success stories with you before we get started. I worked with a woman who had extreme discomfort in her heel, and she had trouble walking. She came to me after she had had this for about 5 weeks, and the severity of her discomfort was at a level 6. We got the 6 down to a 4 in the first session. She came back the following week, and then the second session we got the 4. I'm sorry, the first session we got it down from a 6 to a 2, and then the second session we got it down from a 2 all the way down to a 0. So that was exciting, and it's amazing what the Emotion Code can do for physical challenges and discomfort. I worked with a dog, and yes, we can work on animals, and I am passionate about working with animals. Sweet little dog, and she would get so nervous in the car that every time the owner would travel, the owner would have to give her tranquilizers. And the owner traveled from Michigan to Florida every year. And she really wanted a better solution than giving her dog tranquilizers. I worked on the dog a couple times. We got rid of all the trapped emotions that were causing this behavior. Now the dog is happy, the owner's happy, they ride together, they have a wonderful time. So that's kind of fun. So if you have an animal that has some challenges, we can work on animals. I worked with a woman who really struggled with procrastination and lack of motivation. She was enrolled in a dog trainer program, and she just wasn't motivated to do the work. And there was a deadline. She had so many assignments that she had to complete. I worked with her, and there were so many beliefs and blocks that were stopping her from taking action. Once we got rid of those, imbalances and blocks that were stopping her from taking action, she was able to complete the program. And I'm happy to report she's now a certified dog trainer. So I love working on these kinds of issues with people. Today we're going to focus on emotional eating, but these examples show you that, I can do lots of different things with the emotion code and the body code. So think of something sad, scary, or traumatic that happened. It could be something that happened yesterday, or it could be something that happened years ago. And when you think of that event, what emotion comes to mind? Is it disappointment? Is it guilt? Is it frustration? Is it grief? Is it anger? When you think of that emotion, give it a number from 0 to 10. 0, it's not there at all, and 10, it's at the worst. The fact that you could give this emotion a number means it's still trapped in your body. It has never been fully processed and released. And this is what we call a trapped emotion. It's a negative feeling that is stuck in the body and you've never been able to release it. And sometimes this can happen on an unconscious level. Maybe you didn't even know you were feeling something and it gets trapped. And these trapped emotions can affect you on many different levels: your health, your emotional well-being, your attitude about lots of things. So it's really important to get rid of these unresolved negative emotions that are impacting you in some way. So here's why you don't want to have a negative vibration. Think of yourself as standing in this hula hoop, in this circle of energy, and whatever is in the bubble, inside this bubble, inside the circle, is the vibe that you are sending out to the law of attraction. And so the law of attraction matches that vibe. When you are having a craving for chocolate ice cream, like Cheryl did, the law of attraction is going to give you more of that. When you have a craving to binge eat, the law of attraction is going to give you more of that. When you have a pattern of shoving down your emotions with food, the law of attraction is going to give you more of that. So when you have a negative feeling, you are sending a negative vibe, even if it's on an unconscious level. So the law of attraction is responding by giving you more of the same. So that's why it's really important to get rid of these negative emotions, because once you release them, you change your vibration. So today, it's all about the high vibe zone. And the best way to create a high vibe is to get rid of the low vibes. And the best way to become more positive is to be less negative. And why do you want to do that? Because the law of attraction is always paying attention and listening to the vibes that you are sending out. So if you decide to volunteer today, we're going to eliminate one emotional eating behavior that you might be having. And I always like to caution my volunteers that, especially with emotional eating, sometimes it's complex and maybe you've had it for a long, long time and you may need more than one session. So what I'm doing today in the quickie 10-minute session, I'm demonstrating how the emotion code works. But if you find you still have the issue, there may be other trapped emotions or imbalances or beliefs that we need to clear for you to completely get rid of the issue. So if you volunteer, there's no embarrassment. You won't have to reveal any details from your past. I will identify the emotion off of the emotion code chart, and I will delete it within minutes. So the magnet neutralizes the frequency of the negative emotion. So how does this work? You know the expression, we're all connected energetically? Pretend we're all connected like the big internet web, a pretend thread. And before I work with someone, I get her permission to access her subconscious mind. And her subconscious is like a big computer. It knows everything. It knows when things happened. It knows what emotion is triggering the food craving or the emotional eating behavior. It knows the fears that you don't want to feel, that you're using food to numb out. So the subconscious knows all of these things. And my job is the mechanical connection. You can only ask the subconscious yes or no questions. And so my skill is finding the correct yes or no answer of the emotion that we need to delete. So I use the muscle testing when I connect with a client or the volunteer today. I use muscle testing, and you may have seen chiropractors or other practitioners use the muscle testing. So once I connect with someone energetically, I become a proxy, and my body kind of pushes itself aside and knows that I'm muscle testing for that individual. So I will ask her subconscious questions. I'm not guessing at anything. I'm not psychic. Her subconscious mind is telling my subconscious mind when to lock for a yes. This may appear very weird, but I've helped a lot of people with this technique. So when I'm using the muscle testing, I use this ring and ring method. And when my fingers are together, they're strong. That means it's a yes. When the fingers come apart, that's a no. So that's weak. So that means that's a no. So when I use these charts, the emotion code, once I start working with the volunteer, I'll be asking, is it on the right? Is it on the left? Is it odd numbers? Is it even numbers? And eventually I narrow it down to the exact negative emotions that are triggering this person. And then we use the magnet to delete them. So it's just amazing, this work. Okay, if you want to volunteer, give me permission to work on you and what the issue is, that you want to address, and write down what you think the severity is on a 0 to 10 scale. 0, it's not there at all, and 10, it's at the worst. So let me know how severe you think your issue is. And then after I've done the emotion code clearing, make a comment. Tell us what you notice. Some people yawn a lot or feel tingling, or some people feel energy moving. So write a comment about what you've noticed, the shift that has taken place for you. Okay, so let's see. Let me see what comments I have here. Now, if you've just joined me, I have a gift for my Facebook viewers. It's my ultimate emotional eating checklist. And to get the checklist, go to theshiftingsand.com/free gift. theshiftingsand.com/free gift. Great. Okay, so let me see the comments that we have and who else is here. Okay. Laura Fritz is watching. Lori is watching. Holly Pettis says, thanks, Juanita. This is great information. Okay. You're welcome, Holly. Lori says hi from Vegas. Carla says she has permission. You said sugar. Carla, if you have an emotional eating issue, that's what we're working on today. So if you eat when you're bored, when you're stressed, when you're overwhelmed, when you're angry, when you're anxious, if you eat to kind of numb out your feelings or to shove down your emotions because you don't want to feel them, then I can help you with that. So Katie says, you have my permission. My eating issue is when I'm bored. I say maybe a 6 or a 7 level. Okay, good. So Katie will be my first volunteer. Carla says she craves sugar when she's stressed. Okay, so I'll work on the desire to crave food when you are stressed. I won't be able to release the sugar today because that's a big topic. Okay, and Lori did volunteer, but I worked on Lori once before, and typically I like to work on people just one so that I can open up spots for other people that haven't worked with me in these Facebook Lives. Okay. So, Katie. Let's start with Katie. Katie, have some water. It's really important that both the practitioner and the client is well hydrated during this process. Okay, let's start with Katie. All right, let me take a couple minutes to connect with Katie. Okay, my name is Katie. My name is Juanita. So I have a strong connection with Katie right now. My name is Katie. So now my body knows I'm testing for Katie. All right. How many trapped emotions? First of all, Katie thinks, okay, eating when bored. Eating when bored. And she says the severity is a 6 or 7. Let me ask her subconscious. What is the severity for Katie to eat when she's bored? Is it less than 10? Yes. 10, 9, 8, 7. Good. So Katie and her subconscious are congruent. Okay. How many trapped emotions are contributing to Katie eating when she's bored? Okay, so there's 10 trapped emotions. Is it all one row? Yes. Is it odd numbers? Is it row 2? Okay. So row 2. Sometimes the emotions are all in one row. Sometimes they're all in one box. Sometimes they're all over the place. Okay, Katie, here we go. We're going to change your life. All right. We set the intention to release the trapped emotion of anxiety, despair, disgust, nervousness, worry, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, and low self-esteem. Good. Are there any absorbed? We've all had the feeling where we walk into a room and the energy feels a little off. Sometimes you can absorb trapped emotions from other people and then they get stuck in your body. So let's see if Katie has any absorbed trapped emotions that are contributing to her desire to eat when she's bored. Does Katie have any absorbed? No. Okay, good. All right, the next group, the stress-related. How many? Are there 5? Yes. Okay. Column C, column B, odd numbers, B2, B4. We set the intention to release the energy of abandoned, sadness, blasphemy, frustration, and resentment. Good. Are there any hidden? Sometimes emotions can be hidden, but then we ask if they're hidden, then they're not hidden anymore. Are there any hidden trapped emotions that are affecting Katie? Yes. How many? 1. Okay. On the left, odd numbers. Is it odd numbers? B2. Is it failure, helplessness, hopelessness? Okay. Hopelessness. All right, we set the intention to release the hidden trapped emotion of hopelessness. Good. Now, just like you can inherit brown hair and brown eyes, you can inherit trapped emotions. And I've had people say, wow, I respond to this the same way my mom does, or just like my dad used to do. And it may have been trapped emotions that were passed down from generation to generation. And so you have no choice but to react the way they do. And so we can release inherited trapped emotions as well. So let's see if Katie has any inherited trapped emotions that are contributing to her wanting to eat when she's bored? Yes. How many? More than one? No, just one. Okay. On the left, odd numbers is a B1. Effort unreceived. Is this from the mom? No, it's from the dad. Okay. And when we release inherited trapped emotions, we typically have to swipe 10 times. So you'll see I'll be swiping a little bit more. We set the intention to release the inherited trapped emotion of effort unreceived coming from the dad being passed down to Katie. Good. Now the next category is called the vibrational resonance, and we like to use the analogy of a bell. Sometimes you have trapped emotions that maybe have been processed a little and haven't been completely processed, and they're still sort of ringing, and so we call that a vibrational resonance. So let's see if Katie has any vibrational resonances. I notice that the light I'm using is giving me a ring around my eye here, but I don't think I can fix it right now. Okay. Vibrational resonance for Katie. How many? Are there 5? No. More than 5? Yes. Are there 10? Yes. Okay, 10. Is it all in the same row? Yes. Odd numbers, row 2. Okay. We set the intention to release the vibrational resonance of anxiety, despair, disgust, nervousness, worry, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, low self-esteem. Good. The next category is called prenatal, and sometimes the fetus can either have their own trapped emotions that they experience, or they might absorb something from one of the parents. Does Katie have any prenatal trapped emotions that are causing her to eat when she's bored? Yes. How many? 1? Okay. So on the left, odd numbers, A2, A4, A6. Humiliation, jealousy. Is this Katie's? No. Is this absorbed from the mom? Yes. So sometimes the prenatal we have to swipe 50 times. So between 30 and 50 times. We need to swipe 50 times for Katie. All right, so we set the intention to release the prenatal trapped emotion of jealousy that's absorbed from the mom in the womb. Okay, good. Do we release prenatal jealousy? Yes. Okay, the next group is called the compound, and sometimes 2 emotions will combine to form a whole new emotion. When you think of red and white, when they combine, they create pink. And so a compound creates a whole new emotion from 2 other emotions. Does Katie have a compound? Yes. How many? 1. Okay. Are there 2 emotions in this compound? Yes. On the left, odd numbers, B1, effort unreceived, heartache, insecurity is the first one. And the next one is vulnerability. We set the intention to release the compound energy of insecurity. Okay, good. The next group is called the heart wall emotion. And sometimes we need to protect our heart, we need to protect ourselves, and it's called the heart wall emotion, these emotions that we gather up and put around our heart. Does Katie have any heart wall emotions that are contributing to her eating when bored? Yes. Are there 5? No. More than 5? Yes. Are there 10? Okay. They all in the same row? Odd numbers, row 2. Row 2 has been a common theme for Katie today. All right, Katie, here we go. Set the intention to release the heart wall emotion of anxiety and despair, disgust, nervousness, worry, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, and low self-esteem. Good. Is there a core belief that's contributing to Katie eating when she's bored? No. Okay. Is there anything else contributing to that's causing Katie to eat when she's bored? No. What was the severity when we started? Was it a 7? Yes. What is it now? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yay. All right. I love this work. Okay. Let's see how many trapped emotions we cleared for Katie. 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Wow. 39 trapped emotions that were causing Katie to eat when she's bored. And that took about 10 minutes. So you saw that in a 10-minute period, I took Katie from a 7 to a 0, releasing the trapped emotions that were triggering this undesirable eating behavior. So Katie, take a drink of water, see how you feel, and make a comment, Katie, and let us know if you noticed anything different after the clearing. All right, thank you, Katie, for volunteering. I'm going to disconnect from Katie. My name is Juanita. My name is Katie. My name is Juanita. Good. Katie, have some water, too. All right. Let me get a clean sheet of paper here. Okay, so now, let's see, Carla. Okay, so let's see. Jessica is watching. Katie says, got it. Melinda is here and she says, I like the technique that you don't have to figure out where the trapped emotion came from in order to release it. True. Sometimes we need to know an age, but I don't have to have the person reveal the memory from the past and relive it because that becomes painful. So I love the fact that at the most we usually have to identify an age. Amita is here. She's watching. Katie said row 2 is really accurate for her. Good. I'm glad it resonated with you, Katie. Melinda said would love to try it in the future. Great. Okay, so let me go back to Carla. Carla. She eats when she's stressed. Okay, Carla. Eats when stressed. Okay, let me take a couple minutes to connect to Carla. All right, my name is Carla. My name is Juanita. I have a good connection with Carla. Let's ask Carla's subconscious. What is the severity that she eats when she's stressed? Is it less than 10? No, it's a 10. Okay. My goal today is to get that down to a 0. So let's see what we can do. All right. How many trapped emotions are causing Carla to eat when she's stressed? More than 5? Yes. Are there 10? Yes. Are they all in the same row? Yes. Odd numbers. Row 2. Row 4. Okay, Carla, here we go. We're going to change your life. We set the intention to release the trapped emotion of anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment, depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, and taken for granted. Good. Are there any absorbed? Yes. So for Carla, there's some absorbed. How many? More than one? No, just one. The left? Is it on the left? Is it odd numbers? B1. Is it effort unreceived? Is it heartache? Is it insecurity? And we're going to swipe 50 times again. The absorbed, trapped emotions are really the most annoying, I would say, because you don't even know they're there. You've absorbed it from other people, but yet they're impacting you on a subconscious level. We set the intention to release the absorbed, trapped emotion of insecurity. Okay, good. All right. Let's see how many stress-related for Carla. How many stress-related are causing her to eat when she's stressed? More than 5? Yes. Are there 10? Okay. Is the first group column C, column B, odd numbers, B2? Okay. Is the next group in column A, column B, column C, odd numbers, C2? Okay. All right, we set the intention to release the energy, loss of pride, failure, hemmed in, used, and put upon, aggravation, anger, rage, fury, and boiling mad. Good. Is there any hidden? Yes. On the left, how many hidden is there? 1. Okay, there's 1. Odd numbers, B2. Is it failure, helplessness? We set the intention to release the hidden trapped emotion of helplessness. Good. Are there any inherited for Carla? Yes. How many? More than 1? Yes. 1, 2, 3. 3 inherited, okay? On the left, odd numbers. B1, is it effort unreceived? Heartache is the first one. Did she get this from the mom? Yes. Is the next emotion in B1? No. Is it column B? Yes. Odd numbers. B2. Is it failure, helplessness, hopelessness? Is this also from the mom? Yes. Is the third inherited in this box? Yes. Is it lack of control? Is this also from the mom? Yes. So, this could have been passed down from generations. All right, we set the intention to release the inherited trapped emotion of heartache coming from the mom being passed down to Carla. We set the intention to release inherited hopelessness coming from the mom being passed down to Carla. We set the intention to release the inherited trapped emotion of lack of control coming from the mom being passed down to Carla. Good. Okay, is there any vibrational resonance? Yes. How many? Are there 5? More than 5? Are there 10? They all in the same row, yes. Odd numbers, row 2. Row 2, okay. We set the intention to release the vibrational resonance of anxiety, despair, disgust, nervousness, worry, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, and low self-esteem. Good. Is there a prenatal for Carla? No. Is there a compound? Yes. Are there 2 emotions? Okay. Is it on the left? Odd numbers, B2, B4, B6. Is it pride? Is it shame? So the first one is shame. Is the next one in this box? Yes. Is it shock? Shame and shock. Okay. We set the intention to release the compound emotion of shame and shock. Is there a heart wall emotion for Carla, causing her to eat when she's stressed? Yes. Are there more than 5? Yes. Are there 10, 15, 20? Okay, 20 heart wall emotions. They all in the are 10 of them in the same row? Yes. Is it row 2? Okay. Row 2. Is it the next one? Odd numbers. Is it row 4? In row 4. Okay. Carla, have some water. I will too. All right. We set the intention to release the heart wall emotion of anxiety, despair, disgust, nervousness, worry, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, low self-esteem. Heart wall emotion of anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment, depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, and taken for granted. Good. Is there anything else contributing to Carla eating when she's stressed? No. What was the severity when we started? What is it, a 10? Yes. What is it now? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yay. Okay. This is just so cool. How many trapped emotions? And once again, that took about 12 to 15 minutes to release these emotions for Carla, minus all the coughing. Okay, so how many emotions did we clear for Carla? 20, 30, 40, 50, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. 56 negative trapped emotions were causing Carla to eat when she's stressed. So Carla, type a message, let us know if you noticed something or if you felt a shift, and keep me posted on what you notice in the upcoming week. All right, let me disconnect from Carla. My name is Juanita. My name is Carla. Okay, good. Wow, so you can see that the emotion code, you can do so much in a short period of time. So you can imagine what I can do for you if you book a 30-minute session with me. So let me see some other comments that we have here. Okay. Katie said she's feeling a lot of energy right now, which is good for her. Okay, nice. Good. And Carla, you can let me know if you noticed a slight shift. Great. So if you saw something new today, type yes. If you saw something weird today, type yes. I worked with a woman who had trouble eating dairy. Every time she tried to eat the dairy, her body would react negatively. It would blow and get gas, and she didn't want to give up the ice cream. And so here's a time where we added a food instead of took it away. And I released all the trapped emotions and the imbalances, and now she can eat the ice cream. She's happy. I worked with a man who always reacted with anger. You know, people would cut him off. He would give them the finger. He would yell at them, you know, when he was driving. And he had a new girlfriend, so their fights would quickly escalate because he always turned to anger. And so I worked with him. We got rid of all of the blocks that were causing this behavior in him. And now he said, you know, Juanita, I don't do that anymore. People cut me off. I say, oh, well, I don't get angry like I used to. So that's pretty nice that I could do that for him. I worked with a woman who's a holistic doctor and couldn't find a job that she loved. And there were so many negative beliefs and imbalances that were blocking her from attracting the kind of job that she would absolutely enjoy. I worked with her for a few months, and now she has like 2 job offers coming in. So that's really amazing. Once you clear this junk, all the gunk, your vibration is different, and then new things can come to you. Because before, when I talked about the law of attraction is matching the vibe you're sending out, when you get rid of that stuff, the law of attraction can match a new vibration. So you saw what I can do in 10 minutes. How I took Carla from a 10 to a 0, and we took Katie from a 7 to a 0 to about 10 to 15 minutes. So you might be thinking, I would like a better relationship with food. Maybe you're thinking that. Or maybe you're thinking, I want to get rid of my emotional eating behaviors once and for all. I would welcome the opportunity to work with you. If you're curious about having a session with me, I make it very easy for you. I send you a checklist. You can check off what you want to work on. You can imagine what we can do in a 20 or 30-minute session when we're really focusing on your issues. So to book an appointment with me, go to theshiftingsand.com, and you can either send me an email or a text, and we can set up an appointment. So just like I didn't see the volunteers today, I don't need to see you when you work with me. You can be in your pajamas. You know, I do all my sessions on the phone, or with my international clients, I use WhatsApp. Okay, so let me see if there are any other comments or questions. Katie says, thanks, Juanita. This was a good experience. You're very welcome, Katie. I'm glad I could help. So I hope you learned something today. I hope you learned the power of the emotion code and all that it can do. Thank you for sharing a part of your day with me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye now.